with this breaking news. And if you were just joining us, if you were around yesterday, you are aware already of the frightening developments here in New York City. ABC News is reporting that the man who allegedly shot and killed 4 people at the office building that houses the NFL headquarters, among other businesses in New York City, the man claimed in a note that he had CTE and asked for his brain to be studied. The suspect made references to the NFL in a 3-page note found in his pocket. The suspect committed suicide. He had a documented mental health history, according to police, and played high school football. One NFL employee was seriously injured in the shooting and is in stable condition. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell said in a statement that the league will increase security at its offices in the days and weeks to come. That's a quick summation of the information we have as of right now. We will have Ryan Clark with us this morning, and we have Mike Tannenbaum, and we have our reporter Jeff Darlington, who has been working the phones on this. Jeff, before we get on to all of the normal football conversations that we have, what more can you tell us about what happened uptown?
Well, just to give you some sense of the terrifying situation facing league employees in that league office, they were essentially notified in the 6 p.m. hour that there was an active shooter. They were told over their phones to shelter in place. To give you a sense of the first word that NFL staff received, they were told to shelter in place on their floor, do not exit the building, secure your location, and hide until law enforcement clears your floor. Please switch phones to silent. Obviously, a situation where these employees are looking out the window of their office onto the street as police are entering en masse to try to secure the situation. They were not told until 9:05. Actually, I should say at 9:05 p.m. They were told to remain sheltered in place. 3 hours later, after the location had been secured, police were going floor to floor to make sure that they were okay. This morning, Roger Goodell telling the league office and his employees that notified them of the shooting that did occur with a league employee, also told them work remotely today, take the day off if needed. Obviously, a very scary situation at the league office, one that is continued to be under investigation.
All of us know so many people over there. Our thoughts are with everyone there, and certainly with the families of those who lost their lives in this tragic circumstance. There is no good way to segue from that into the normal football conversation we have, but that's our job. So we will just start by saying if there is any further information that comes along on that horrifying circumstance, we will pass it along immediately. And in the meantime, we'll get to the news of the regular football day, again with Mike T and Jeff Darlington here and Ryan Clark up with us early. And let's run the hurry up today, RC, and let's begin in Cleveland. We have an injury situation on it. Looked like there was this weekend were expressing their frustration on Saturday, chanting, "Pay Micah," at practice. The executive vice president, Stephen Jones, heard those fans on Saturday. When asked about it, he said, "It doesn't change anything. We want to pay Micah too. He's got to want to be paid too." Stephen A. Smith heard that. He didn't like it.
That is one of the most ignorant statements I've ever heard come out of the mouth of an executive. Stephen Jones, respect to you, my brother. But if it wasn't for your daddy, would you be a CEO, a COO in the NFL? Would you be? Did you want the job? Did you earn it? Come on now. Let's go. Hey, I'm back. I'm back. It's the truth. It's the truth. I ain't knocking it. I ain't knocking it. You understand? I ain't knocking it. Every parent is entitled to look out for their child. But it's important that the child recognizes you were born on third base. Don't act like you hit a triple.
My favorite part of that is he started it with respect to you and then went on to say that. But look, I'm trying to figure out what I think it is Stephen Jones was trying to say when he said that. What do we know?
Well, I mean, there's 2 implications to that, one of which is Micah is asking for too much money, or Micah simply isn't negotiating and wants to get to free agency. From what I understand, the best premise there would be he's asking for too much money in the eyes of Stephen Jones, because he very much wants to stay with the Cowboys under contract. It, of course, is a perplexing comment because very clearly they could have paid Micah Parsons a certain amount 1 year ago, decided not to. That price tag goes up every time, for instance, TJ Watt getting paid. Somebody gets paid at the position. So I can assure you of this, Micah Parsons does, breaking news, want to be paid?
Certainly now. The other way one could interpret that, and I'm going to do the worst thing you can do, which is I'm just going to guess what he might be meaning. So don't take this as though I'm reporting it happened. But if I'm Micah Parsons, it would make sense to me. He knows, just as we know, that the price tag keeps going up every time a deal gets done. So I think C.D. Lamb at one point, all the reporting was that he wants to wait until Justin Jefferson does his deal, and then he knows he'll wind up getting top dollar. Maybe what Stephen Jones is alluding to is that Micah Parsons hasn't been in a hurry to get this deal done because look at all the things that have happened. Myles Garrett got paid and T.J. Watt got paid, and the price tag went skyrocketing up.
Let's assume your guess is correct. Part of being in the front office, Greeny, is to be the strategist and be proactive and say, hey, we are going to create a sense of urgency. Guess what, Micah and RC, you've heard me say this before. We're going to get in a room and we're going to throw so much guaranteed money at you that even though you're right, Greeny, strategically it makes sense to wait. We're going to give you so much guaranteed money, you can't say no. And to give credit to Philadelphia, they use a very similar approach. They go early, they give the player enough guaranteed money, they say yes, and then they win on the average per year. But when you do this over and over again, if Micah Parsons was an outlier, it's survivable. But to Jeff's point he made, when C.D. Lamb's at the top of the market and Dak Prescott, it eviscerates your middle class. It eviscerates your depth and your ability.
Skull Nation, what's up, family? It's your boy Victor here with Report Vikings, and man, we gotta talk about something huge, like league-shaking, franchise-altering kind of huge. There are whispers, no rumblings, that Micah Parsons could be available via trade, and guess what? The Minnesota Vikings might just be in the mix. Now look, things in Dallas are getting ugly. Micah's been beefing with the Cowboys front office about a new deal. No contract extension yet, no clear communication, and according to some reports, the relationship is starting to sour. He's 26 in his prime, and he's looking for that bag, and rightfully so. Let's not act like this guy's just another linebacker. Micah Parsons is a certified freak. Since coming into the league in 2021, dude has racked up 52.5 sacks. That's top tier, elite, game wrecker kind of production. The kind of production we haven't consistently had off the edge since what? Jared Allen. Now you might be asking, Victor, why would Micah even consider Minnesota? Well, first off, we got the cap space flexibility next season if we want to make a move like this. Second, the vibes in this locker room are different right now. We've got young pieces. We're building a real identity under Kevin O'Connell and GM Kwesi. And let's be real, our pass rush could use a guy like Parsons. I love what Jonathan Greenard can bring, and Dallas Turner is going to be a stud, but adding Micah? Bro, that's not just adding a weapon, that's adding a nuclear missile to our defense. Parsons lined up next to Turner on third down. That's nightmare fuel for every QB in the NFC North. I don't care if it's Jordan Love, Jared Goff, or Caleb Williams. They ain't sleeping well knowing Parsons is coming off the edge with 4.39 speed and violent hands. And think about this. Our defense already made major strides last season under Brian Flores. Imagine what Flores could cook up with a guy like Parsons who can rush, drop in coverage, blitz from anywhere. That's positionless football at its best. You want to talk Super Bowl windows? This type of move opens it. Now, obviously, Parsons wouldn't come cheap. We're probably talking multiple first rounders, maybe even someone like Mekhi Blackman or Andrew Booth Jr. in the deal. But honestly, if you believe J.J. McCarthy is the real deal, and I do, then it's go time. Load up while he's on a rookie contract. Surround him with talent. Build a defense that dominates. So here's what I'm asking y'all, S-Call Nation. Do you make that trade for Micah? Do you push the chips in and go all in for a generational talent? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Smash that like button if you believe in this team's future. And make sure you're subscribed because if something breaks with this story, you know we're going to be on it first. This is Victor, your Answer One Vikings fan, signing off with one thing left to say. Skol, baby. Let's go get that ring.